So, my brother's getting his bike back today. This poor bastard has went through some shit with some Harleys here lately, let me tell you. We'll get into that in a minute, but for right now, we are going day tripping. So I got this little process here I'm trying to work out. You know, before I used to get on my bike and just go. Now, since I'm talking to all of you guys, I got a little prep that I gotta do. I'm still working out the best process for that. You know, I got a helmet cam, a couple GoPros, still working on all the audio. It's fun because it's new. I'm all about learning new shit. So we're gonna go meet up with Jonas. He's gonna take his demo bike back to the Harley dealership and get his bike back. Maybe along the way, I'll tell you about all of his drama. Let's get started. These gloves, which are bitchin' gloves, by the way, I really like them. They're the only set of gloves that I've ever got. All the fingers actually fit. They fit perfect. What doesn't fit are the damn thumbs. And had it been my pinkies, it'd be different. But the thumbs is a deal breaker. I mean, like, you know, I use my thumbs for everything. So that's frustrating as hell. Okay, so why the big deal with the gloves, right? My hands get sweaty, I lose my grip. I mean, if I had to make it happen, I could make it happen. But if I don't have to make it happen, I just would prefer not to. So if you have that perfect set of gloves that fit all of your digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the thumb, I mean, I really want to know. My brother, he bought a new Harley. A 2019 Electric Glide Limited or Ultra or whatever the high-end deal is. He got that bike and we went on our first ride, which was like a week later, and he had oil on his legs. So we stopped at this Mexican restaurant and, you know, we were eating somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, and, you know, we checked the oil and everything, and it wasn't, you know, he wasn't losing massive amounts of oil, but you could definitely tell that his bike had an oil leak. Brand new bike, no miles on it. He takes it back to Harley. They're real cool about it. And they're like, yeah, you know, with these bikes, you know, there's kind of a known issue with the head covers seating right, and they warp under heat. So to get the new parts, and then, you know, like a month or whatever, and then, you know, just bring your bike back. It's fine to ride it. Hold on a second. So he says, well, shit, if y'all gonna get into the motor, well, you know, can we work out a deal if I get a stage 3? So they said, yeah, no problem. So we're out here in San Antonio right now, literally on my bike on the way back from Sturgis. And I call him and I'm like, hey, you wanna go to Houston this weekend? So we collect those Harley poker chips. So we head out to Houston and we do the rounds, and then I noticed there's a problem with my bike. So we were like 5 minutes from the next dealership that we were going to, Harley Davidson Kingswood. We pull in there and I'm like, man, I said, there's something wrong with my bike. They look at it and they said, oh shit, your bike's thumping. I was talking with a guy named Mater. That dude is sharp. Long story short, they just ended up replacing my oil pump and then changing me from synthetic to conventional. It was like 100 degrees, 110 degrees outside. We ride pretty aggressive. So, me and Jonas are on the way home back from Houston. Jonas patches in and he goes, hey dude, he goes, I think my bike is doing the same shit yours is doing. He calls the local Harley dealership and he says, hey man, look, this is the problem that I had. This is how it all went down. So he takes it over there, leaves it there for, I think it was like a week. They call him up and they say, hey man, we don't see nothing wrong with your bike. You know, we can't duplicate it, so there's nothing we can do. So he says, whatever. So he goes up there to pick it up after a week. Jonas and I, we go this back road, you know, maybe 15 miles, and he patches in. He goes, you're not going to believe this shit. The damn engine light just came on my bike. Now, I mean, he's just pissed. So I call up old buddy of mine, you know, he's the wrench on bikes, and I was like, hey man, look, I said,
you know, we got these bikes and they're under warranty, so we're kind of stuck to the Harley service department. I said, but man, so we're just having a hard time finding some people that we want working on our bikes. Everybody's kind of just complacent and don't really care. So he goes, I got a guy over at this place in New Braunfels. He goes, go in there and talk to that guy. So we did, and the guy's real sharp. He takes his bike over there, tells them the problem, what's going on. Partner, I got some bad news. The rings are welded to the jugs, the piston walls. Your bike's smoke. We got to get a new motor. Well, we had a ride planned. We were going to go down to South Padre Island. So he told him, he was like, well, shit. I got this ride planned and this and that. And so jokingly, the service department says, well, hey, we can sell you a new bike. He says, well, yeah, I bet you can. He goes, I got all this shit into this bike. Handlebars and, new seat and new this and new that. He bought a new bike. My brother bought a new bike because I think, honestly, just between you and me, I think what happened was I told him, I said, so, you going to borrow your son's bike to take the trip or what? Man, screw you. Okay, so I know that sounds like that's the end of the story, but it's not. He takes it on a test ride, and then he comes back, and then right here it has the liquid cooled head. So he points down right here, it starts puking coolant all over the ground. So Jonas was like, "Hey man, what the hell?" The salesman was like, "Yeah, I mean, what happens is when you overfill the bike just pukes out what it doesn't need or what it's not going to use." We are like a week after he gets his new bike. We go to Tyler, Texas, on a chip run. We get about halfway out there, and we get into some road construction. We're pulled over, and we're sitting next to each other. We got the bikes turned off, and so we're shooting shit. And I looked over, and I said, "Hey, dude," I said, "your bike's puking up that shit." And he goes, "Yeah, the service guy told me that it's going to puke out the shit that it don't need." And I was like, "Well, okay." He gets to his house, he sends me a picture, and there's coolant all over the ground. So he calls Harley, and he says, "Hey man, I got something wrong with my bike." So they send a truck out to come pick it up. Jonas says, "Hey listen, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I got this ride planned here. We're going to go to South Padre like this weekend." So then they're like, we got you, we'll take care of it, you'll make your ride. We're leaving on Friday morning. This is like Monday of that week. So Wednesday, my brother calls him and he's like, "Guys, what the hell? I haven't heard back from you. I don't know. What am I going to do?" And they're like, "Well, we got you. We think what it is, though, is we're pretty sure it's just a radiator cap. This one's not holding pressure. We had to order one. We got it. Your bike will be ready." Cool. He calls me and he says, "Hey, they were supposed to deliver my bike. They can't get anybody out here to do it." I was like, "Hey, I'm right down the road. I'll get my son to come take me over there. Not a big deal. I'll write it out to you. No problem." So this is Thursday evening. No time to test ride. We're leaving Friday morning. We end up taking our trip. No problems, no issues, except for the hurricane. And then he was riding somewhere local, and he calls me and he says, "Hey, you ain't gonna believe this." He goes, "I'm stuck on the side of the road. The engine, the temperature light on my bike came on." He calls Harley. They come out and pick up the bike. They take it, and they've got it for about 5 days, and we got another ride planned. Y'all got my bike. Y'all won't tell me when I'm going to get it back. Y'all won't even tell me what's wrong with it. I got all this shit planned, what? I need to know something. I need a motorcycle. You can ride the demo bike while we're working on your bike. Fine. He accepts that. So they deliver the bike out to him, like the next day. So he gets the bike. It's a 2020 Road Glide. It's got a Clockworks windshield on it, stock bars, stock seat. I mean, it's a stock bike. We're about 150 miles into this trip, and he's like, "Dude, I am miserable." I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "Well, between the bars, between the seat, between the damn windshield," he goes, I'm just getting beat up." He's just not having a good time.
So I'm still trying to explain your story. So here's a demo bike, the stock seat, it's a stock bike or whatever, except for the Clockworks windshield, which looks cool, but it sucks, huh? What is it? It's like, I don't know, that's probably a 6-inch or
Yeah, most of not even have it.
Yeah, so he says it's like being a bobblehead. But I mean, you know, it's a nice bike. It's a pretty color. It's not actually black until the sun goes down, then it's black. So, gonna go return this thing, get his bike back. Hopefully this will be the end of his drama. Not hopeful, huh?
All right, here we go. He's got his bike back. They fixed the improper mileage in the receipt from his last service, so we got a little extra time. So now we're gonna go down River Road and up Purgatory and over to the Devil's Backbone after I get some gas. So, another reason this sucks is because if you need to use your phone to do all this bullshit, nope, sorry, better luck next time. Nope, sorry, love drama.
Well, 27 miles, so far so good. We're stopping to take pictures, not because the bike broke down. We're at the Devil's Backbone. We went to the picnic area, but it's all overgrown, can't see shit. So we just come up the road a little ways, and I don't know if you can see all that, but it's a hell of a view. I don't know why they call it the Devil's Backbone. Must be God's window or something.